Listen to the Parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot. Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the Parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the Parrot. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV. Parrot TV.
Hey, this is Dustin Pickering, your noble and honest host. Welcome to World Inkers Network, and I'm by my lonesome today. Our guest was not able to get the link, so I have a magic surprise. I don't know about you out there watching. I'm very much pro Second Amendment, but I am sick and tired of seeing children get shot in places where they are supposed to be learning or be safe, and there seems to be nothing being done. We need to get on our Congress. We need to get our president doing something. We need to get our local governments and our state governments. And as far as the poetry, I have an excellent surprise. This is the Crow Funeral by Kate Hanson Foster, and this poem is called The First Gunshot. The first gunshot is not a gun. It is a child playing with bubble wrap, and small, innocuous feet need the weight of a whole body for a single, satisfying pop. The first gunshot is a smile, a laugh, a full lit a firecracker in the hallway, and someone is going to wring a neck. There is no puzzle in the echo. It is the muffled bone snap of a branch outside. The backfire of an old truck turning the corner. The first gunshot is one last pure breath, and the peace and the peak of it. An unexpected flower and full vivacious bloom, not the one start of something, a finger, a trigger, a round, not the first cave hollowing within a body, not a body hitting the floor thinking, how can I look dead enough? Eyes open or shut, not run like a deer to the nearest exit, not resolving one's body as a shield to cover a lover, a friend, a child. The first gunshot is a cloister of joy, a sweet stillness, so alive, so simple, after a burst of a big, bright balloon. No fear, no fight, no flight into action because it's not going to happen. Not to you, not today. That's the first gunshot from this book, The Crow Funeral by Kate Hanson Foster. If you haven't picked up a copy, I'll advise you to do so. This is a wonderful collection. I'll read another one for you. A little less charged, as they say. 7 for a Secret. I check all the right boxes on the questionnaire. I do not want to hurt myself or others. I am not scared. I do not cry all the time, panic for no good reason. I am sleeping. I look forward to the enjoyment of things. I hand the clipboard through the glass window and smile. And a reflection slides back, faintly female, rat hair rising with the upwind. I would never blame myself. Wonderful poem on mental health. And I'll read you one more. See if I can find the one I was planning to read here. And this is my little miniature protest to the things going on in the world today. Just sick and tired of hearing about children getting shot in their classrooms and in their schools. It's very tiring to continuously hear about this. See if I can find you one more poem here. The Sentinel. Crisis clings to the shelf of my wings. In my many mirrors, I parse danger from the dangerous. I fear the unknown and the understory to let you loose in an open field. I know something of starvation, the discipline of suspicion, and its endless hunger of hollows. You might say I have lived too much. The worry has done me in. Don't you see? What could be is the monster. Buried in needles of twilight, this dread, a moth pulse inside me. Beautiful poem. Kate Hanson Foster's The Crow Funeral, and I would definitely recommend this book. And I'm going to move on to some more, I guess you could call it classically oriented. That's contemporary. She's still with us on the field of poetry. I'm going to read a little bit of Heinrich Heine for you. This is some wonderful poetry from Germany out of the 19th century. I'm going to pick a good poem here. I had one sort of parsed out here. Okay, here it is. This is from Lyrical Intermezzo. A star is falling out of the glittering sky, the star of love. I watch it sink in the depths and die. The leaves and buds are falling from many an apple tree. I watch the mirthful breezes embrace them wantonly. A swan is singing. I watch it floating by, and drooping low and lower, the song and singer die. It is so dark and silent. The star that burned so long is dust. The leaves are ashes. Hushed is the swan's last song. Wonderful poem, Heinrich Heine. And I'm going to pull out this book here. I just bought this book. This is the new Keats biography by Lucasta Miller. And this is just a beautiful, I've read the first, couple of 3 chapters of this book so far. And it's wonderful. It tells you a little bit about Keats. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know about his life. And I want to read one of his poems from the book that has been taken here generously by the author. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And it's beautiful. These are some beautiful poems that they take. They take, I think, 9 poems and his epitaph and sort of give it a little bit of a analysis as well as discuss it in context of his life and when the poem was written and where. And the author goes into some pretty nice details. So this is called A Thing of Beauty is a Joy Forever. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness. But still, we'll keep a bower quiet for us, and a sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery hand to bind us to the earth. Spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and o'er-darkened ways made for our searching. Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. A wonderful poem of hope. I love the lines of the inhuman dearth of noble natures. I love that specific line a lot because I think it applies universally. That's something I find great in poetry, is its ability to attain a universal scope, but it's always limited to a time period that it's in, and it's able to address concerns that and feelings and thoughts that people have had over millenniums, and just continuously this idea of poetry revitalizing human nature and our concerns. I mean, I can read this and a thing of beauty is a joy forever, and I think of these poor children getting shot in their own classrooms. And again, I'm going back to this because I opened up with the statement, and I thought it was necessary for me to speak my mind, and I think of these poor children getting shot in their own classrooms. And again, I'm going back to this because I opened up with the statement, and I thought it was necessary for me to speak my mind, on the subject of gun violence in this country. It's becoming a horrendous problem, and I think as poets we can address this through poetry. We can also address this through writing our senators, writing our congressmen. Everybody out there that's watching this today, I hope you will take some sort of action, regardless of what you believe regarding the Second Amendment, to protect and do what you think is necessary to protect our young people in the schools. And we don't want any more victims. I mean, I think violence is part of life, and the guns are good for protecting homes and protecting the streets and when properly assessed. But I just, I don't know how many people can sit back and watch on TVs, the heartache that's being proposed through these actions, these people doing these things, and not feel like something must be done. And I, for one, I wish we could figure out what we could do as a culture and as a community and as a nation to address this ever-growing problem that just continues to grow in our country like a cancer that just knots away and just eats us alive and is destroying the fabric of this beautiful community of the United States of America. So I hope you guys out there watching today also enjoy the poetry I'm reading. This book, Keats, Lucasta Miller. I definitely recommend this if you're kind of into this romantic poetry and that era. This is a really fascinating biography of John Keats, and it contains 9 poems and 1 epitaph. So it's a wonderful little book, and I definitely recommend it as I said. And I'm gonna go back to Kate's book and cap us off here with a poem from Kate. I'm gonna take one of hers that she even takes a little bit. This is a cento. This is Child and Flower Cento. It's a beautiful. These poems are really great. This is Crow Funeral. If you didn't catch me at the beginning, Crow Funeral, Kate Hanson Foster, and these poems are powerful. They're beautiful. They're gripping, imaginative. From what I can read of the general themes are like motherhood, grief, coping with loss, and seeing the beauty in things in spite. Almost a fatalistic sense that a lot of poets have of seeing that life is grand and big, and that there's so many things that happen that we can't really affect, and we have to accept them. And this poem, Child and Flower Cento. No flower like that flower which knew itself in the garden, lady of silences, speech without word, spur of leaves and shaking wind, she came onto the stage in yards of pearls, flashed her golden smile and sang. Your eyes are just like bees from the worst pain in the body, holding on to the hard earth so as not to get thrown off. I don't blame you. You aren't old enough to know better. Touch leaf to leaf. Blow the dust out of your hand. Let it go. Let it go. And that to me expresses what I said before when I started the poem about accepting certain things you can't change. And in the case of a lot of things in the world, we can change things. I mean, what else were we meant to do except enact things that make the world a better place for future generations? We got to get started on that. And I'm really frustrated and tired of hearing of violence and climate change deniers versus, there's so many things we could be addressing that are not being addressed. And I really feel that poetry is a great place for us to express these griefs, these losses, and also action. We need some action. We need something to be done, something powerful that will change this culture and change this nation. I don't know what it could be. I hope we will discuss this for a long time amongst the community at large without fighting and over our value systems respectively. Everyone has to be involved in this project of a better humanity. It can't be just me. It can't be just whoever's doing this. It has to be everyone in this country has to think about what needs to be done to address some of our problems. That's why we have the First Amendment. So the second one's not necessary. So thank you guys for watching this program today. And if you want to donate, I can get you guys up here with this banner for the PayPal support. PayPal.me/NYParrot. You guys out there watching today, if you want to donate a little bit to us to help us continue our artistic pursuits and our creative minds out there who are interested in being involved in this program, we definitely need some of your financial support as well as getting the word out. So you can subscribe to this channel, you can share this content, and you can also donate at PayPal. And if you want to get in touch with me, Dustin Pickering, as far as being a guest on the program, you can reach out at literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. We've got some more exciting World Inkers Network surprises not too far in the future, so just keep a lookout. You guys out there are wonderful. We love you so much. We're excited to hear from you. So just feel free to keep in touch with us. We definitely want to hear from you and any ideas you have. And I definitely, again, would suggest donating a little extra spare cash to help us continuing to keep this program alive, free, and for all the people out there watching and the creative minds that come on this program. We definitely would like some any ideas you have that you want to share with us. Feel free to do that as well. Get in touch with me, Dustin Pickering, literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. Keep a lookout for the next anthology and keep a lookout for World Inkers magazine, which we've made more of a quarterly magazine than monthly. We started off as monthly. It didn't quite work out. There wasn't enough submissions, and it was just a lot of work for us. And so we had to keep up with things that were very troubling. So, we need a little bit of your consideration and kindness, and so we appreciate everything our community out there at large is doing. And remember, this is where you can reach me right here, literarycorner@newyorkparrot.com. And I appreciate everyone who has had a moment to watch the show, even if it was just a couple of minutes. Go back and watch the whole thing. It was exciting for me to voice my opinion of this cause that's going on right now. And you guys out there are just the heart and soul of our movement, and we want to definitely keep you in the loop of what's going on behind the scenes. And so just keep watching the show, subscribe to our channel, and get involved in our network, and follow us on Facebook. And thank you so much. Have an excellent afternoon. Take a look at Kate Hansen Foster's Crow Funeral. This is a beautiful book, and just get out there and do your own writing and reading and research and come to your own conclusions and share them with the world. We need to hear more voices out there. So thank you.
Listen to the people. Listen to humanity. Listen to the Parrot. Parrot TV.